Welcome to OpenEco 2.5. In this video, we'll give you an overview of the great usability and emissions calculations enhancements we've made to the site and point you at some information, places where you can get some more information about this new functionality. First, let's look at the My Organization screen. Here what we've added are some navigation links to help you move around the site more easily. If you click either on the organization name or on the link that says Dashboard for the organization, what will happen is you will be taken directly to the top-level organizational dashboard that we added to the site in OpenEco 2.0. All well and good. From this site, you can also navigate to the building dashboard as you're accustomed to, all the same things that you had in OpenEco 2.0. But now on the My Organization screen, you can also just click this link that says Buildings next to the organization name, and that will take you directly to the building dashboard, which is really the top-level screen for the greenhouse gas calculation tool. This is a little quicker, particularly if you have a bigger organization and you just want to get right to putting in some energy information. The majority of the enhancements we've made in OpenEco 2.5 have to do with the emission rates that we use to calculate in the tool. In the past, we really had one set of emission rates that was assigned by default based on whether the building was in the United States or in another country around the world. And if you picked default, it was whatever was the one set of emission rates that we had to offer at that time. OpenEco 2.5 greatly expands that, not only allowing you to go with a default rate, which will basically update automatically as the foundational rates. For instance, if the eGrid rates are updated for a given calendar year, your rates for all of your buildings will be automatically updated. However, if you want to be like, for instance, Sun Microsystems does, where we have one greenhouse gas emissions reduction period and we want to use one emission rate set for that entire period, you can also choose to do that. Let's go over to the building edit screen and I'll show you the list of possibilities that you have. So here, as in the past, you can pick default, but it's important to understand that this new way of handling emission rates only applies if you put in a building starting now, basically October 15th, and forward. If you already have buildings in the greenhouse gas tool, the default rates that you were using before will remain the same. The scheme will not change automatically. You will have to come in here and decide to change the rates manually for any buildings that are already in the system. But here you can see the default rate will default either to an eGrid consolidated or a WRI consolidated rate, depending upon whether you are in the United States or outside the United States, respectively. The other options you have for these rate sets that will remain constant for the period you define them are things like both the two most recent eGrid sets and the three most recent sets from the World Resources Institute. We have documentation in the FAQs section about where all these rates came from, and you can actually download the rate tables and look at them yourself or use them for your other purposes. So that's a note about that. There'll be a lot more information in further videos and in the FAQs section to help you sort through this. You also can define custom rates as you could before in the tool, but what we've done now is really enhanced the precision with which you can assign a rate. So now in the custom emission rate screen, what you'll see when you define a new rate is you can actually specify rates for a given time period and have it apply. For instance, you can say, I want this rate to apply from January 2007 through December 2008. Then I want to use a new rate for another period going forward. So there will be another video that talks specifically about how to use the custom emission rates screen. If you've already defined custom emission rates and are using them, nothing will change. Your usability and all of those rates will remain the same, and you should be able to find them with no problem. So really, that's a really quick overview of what we've done. Please look at the new FAQs section. There's a lot more information up there about the calculation methodology and the emission rates. And look for future videos, more specifically looking at how you actually use the tool more specifically. As always, if you have questions, please use the Contact Us link at the bottom of any page. Thanks very much.